back again. We live a little video, little topic for the day. Something that it was on my mind. I just want to talk about. I want to express my opinion on it further. Delve a little deep into this situation that's still ongoing in the United States regarding, I guess our fallen brother Kevin Samuels was. It was more along his line, which is bringing Black people together, Black relationships in general. But yeah, it's the situation between Black men and Black women in America, and basically the topic is the high abundance of single Black women in America and their inability to find a suitable mate. And one of the things that is in question is, one, are there really no suitable mates in the United States and abroad for these women that are educated in the top quality class, as they call themselves? Because in this video, it'll have a breakdown with a young lady that's a cheerleader, a lawyer, has all these, PhD qualifications and things that, in her opinion, would make her a quality mate for anyone, and yet she's single, in her 30s. And they're talking to Steve Harvey and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and let it play, but we're just gonna break that down a little bit and give our opinion on are women's standards and requirements too damn high, like out of this world, or is there really just no good men on this earth? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that just no men on this earth is good enough for a high allotment of these Black women out here? You know what I'm saying? So, because the numbers, as they say, you'll see the numbers here. The numbers speak for themselves. So, without further ado, man, I'm gonna get this video and I'm gonna break it down afterwards, man. Talk a little shit, talk my spit, TNP, man. Appreciate the love, man. But without further ado, here it go.
Marriage in a baby carriage, to paraphrase those famous lyrics. But for millions of Black women, many blessed with brains and beauty, finding the right man is proving elusive. But why? Are their standards too high, or are the pickings too slim? Lindsay Davis tried to answer that question.
Birthday! Cheers! Make a wish.
Nicole Marchand is celebrating another birthday. At 31, she's accomplished a lot. She's a prosecuting attorney and running for state court judge.
It'll be a $500 fine.
Nicole isn't the kind of woman you'd find standing by on the sidelines of life. But you would find her here, at the Georgia Dome, cheering on the Atlanta Falcons. You've heard of a man's man. Nicole is the quintessential man's woman. She appears to have it all, and yet she's still single. 42% of Black women have never been married. That's double the number of never married white women.
I look forward to the day. I look forward to being married.
It's just not that easy. For starters, there are more Black women than Black men. 1.8 million more. So even if every Black man in America married a Black woman today, 1 out of 12 still wouldn't make it down the aisle. Let's take 100 Black men. If you eliminate those without a high school diploma, those without a job, and the number of Black men between the ages of 25 and 34 who are incarcerated, that leaves only about half of Black men eligible to pop the question. Nicole sees the problem every day.
It is sad to see that the majority of the defendants that we prosecute are Black males. Those numbers can be very disappointing.
Admittedly, the selection of men is slim.
Get it through your head. You're the Friday girl that's just for sex. That's what you are.
We broached this serious dilemma with comedian turned relationship guru Steve Harvey, author of the book Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man.
There are still a lot of good men out there who are being overlooked.
Harvey says Black women don't have to settle, but may need to compromise.
You a corporate exec? Does he have to be a corporate exec? You make $150,000 a year. He has to make $150,000 or above? That's your requirement? If your requirement sheet is ridiculous, you have to look at it.
What we looked at were the large numbers of professional Black women who groomed themselves for success with BAs, MDs, and JDs. 70% of them are still without the more elusive title, MRS.
I would be lying if I said that I don't have fleeting thoughts of, okay, I'm 32, my clock is ticking.
The tick-tock of the biological clock is getting louder for several of Nicole's single friends. Meet Chateau Waters. She's a 32-year-old high school counselor pursuing a doctorate degree in psychology.
We have this thing called the black girl curse. A lot of our white friends are married by 25, like happily married. Kids by 27, and we're like, what is the deal with the BGs? You know, and it's the black girls.
Jaqueen Ashford is a chemist for a pharmaceutical company. Now that she's 34, she's lowered the bar when it comes to height requirements.
I don't have a certain criteria, like if you're not 6'5", and I used to, but then as I got older, I said, okay, well maybe if you're 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", okay, maybe we could see eye to eye. I kind of have certain standards that I hold myself to, and I don't feel like I should have to settle on those for the sake of having somebody. I'm willing to wait.
Like many black men, she's also open to dating outside her race. In fact, in the past decade, the number of black women entering interracial marriage has more than doubled.
In fact, last night, was at a restaurant, had a great conversation with this Caucasian gentleman. I mean, we were vibing, we were clicking. I'm thinking, he's going to ask for my number. White men never ask for my number. And he was like, all right, well, great conversation. You know, maybe I'll see you around. I was thinking, what happened?
Ask for his.
No.
We're maybe not as coveted as black men in society.
Melinda Watson is a 28-year-old payroll specialist. She hasn't had an exclusive relationship since college.
I just feel that there's a lot of taboo associated with dating black women because I don't think they're necessarily going to want to take us home to see mama.
The consensus in this group was that their preference is to marry a black man. It's not that they can't find one to date. The issue in many cases is exclusivity.
You meet these great guys, you have good relationship, good rapport, and then it's almost like, I'm going to keep you around, and hopefully when I'm ready to settle down, you'll be there.
That's the back pocket girl.
The back pocket girl.
Yeah. Every now and then they'll check in with you to make sure you're still single.
You're not married yet, are you still single? You still waiting on me? No, not really.
Chateau hasn't been in a committed relationship in more than a decade.
If you have 4 quality women that you're dating and, you know, they're in rotation, I mean, who's going to rush into a marriage?
We decided to ask Mr. Harvey for advice. He listened as we asked our single ladies about their requirements.
I had a list of about 50 things that I would keep in my Bible. It's now down to about 10.
Honesty,
supportive, financially stable.
Now, granted, I'm 31, so he needs to be at a certain stage.
What do you consider a deal breaker?
if there's not that initial chemistry, it's never going to work. I don't care if you have every quality on my list.
I'm not going to talk to you if I'm not attracted to you.
Right.
Are they asking too much?
So maybe it's just that we want it all.
Single ladies, throw your hands up. How y'all doing?
His initial reaction?
All y'all fine. Hell, who don't want to go out with y'all? Me and my age have made a mistake in that we didn't teach the generation behind us the principles of manhood. There are so many African American men missing, absent in the family.
His advice? Go for the older man.
You have a biological clock. We don't.
While these women look forward to settling down, they're not willing to settle.
The one thing that I can't control is a man choosing to marry me, and so I choose not to worry about it.
Being that I've waited so long, I can't settle now. It's not an option for me.
I would love to be in a relationship, a marriage, but I don't feel that that defines me. So if I don't find the perfect person for me, then I'll just remain single.
I'm Lindsay Davis in Atlanta, Georgia.
Damn, man. As you can see, man, our community is going out sad, man, in a lot of areas, man. Ultimately, women know, especially professional women, they know they don't need a man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, like, they don't need a man. So, then they feel like, what's their use, you know? But, man, I just want to delve a little deeper into that video, man. There's a lot of things I saw that are still applicable to the women and the things that are going on in the black community today regarding the male versus women relationship situation. You know, even now we have a lot of women that are turning gay. dealing with other women. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it goes to show, it's hilarious to me how, for one, there's a lot of babies being made for it not to be good black men. A lot of black babies being made. That's first and foremost. Why deal with somebody if you already have a negative connotation about them? It makes no sense. So that's one thing that stands out. But to me, amongst the ones that are not degenerates, the women that like this video had a lot of shit going for them, not educated, highly educated women. Essentially, man, they just feel like they're better than us. It's funny the lady said about the BGs. The BGs is basically black girls think they're better than black men, bro. Like, straight up. Like, if you see it all the time. Like, they even get to the point where you see some women talk about, women that are more manly than men, and women are fathers and all that stuff, and women are more I know women that are more masculine than men. That may be, but the one thing that they are not is the man. You may find more masculine active women out here. That's true. But the fact of the matter is, it's just so free. Like, they can deal with a woman, you know what I'm saying, but they can't deal with a man. So the biggest deal with that is they don't know. A lot of our women don't know what they have no idea, because of the situation with a lot of single motherhood in our communities. They have no idea what a real man is, and that's just a real fact. That's a real motherfucking fact. That's why they can deal with a dyke or a lesbian bitch. You know what I'm saying, and look at them like a man, because they don't even know what a man is. They pick one quality out that this lesbian or whatever the chick that, when they deal with women, they pick one quality out that stands out, that they feel like that's more manly, because if they had this quality, they're more manly than a biological man. Or like they exude more manliness than an actual man, and that's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? It's really funny, because it's only women they deal with women because they let them get their way. And that's one thing that as men, we don't do that shit. Like, we're not wired to be controlled. We're not wired to be tamed and told what to do. Men, as they say, MGTOW, men go their own way. MGTOW, men go their own way. So, like, if women thought like that, they'd understand men more properly. And that's the problem. Well, that's where there's a real discord and there's discourse between the two sides. Women do not know what the fuck it takes to be a man. They know nothing, and nor do they care, because they haven't seen it. They have not seen it. So it's really an honest to God deficit, in their mental bank, and what they can, go back and relate to. They can't really relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just the realest of the real. A lot of black women cannot relate to black men because they have not seen a black man in his element. So when they see a black man, when they try to go date and be with a black man, and he goes into his element, is viewed as toxic. It's viewed as negative. It's viewed as brash and mannish and too straightforward. A lot of times, and that's really how it is. Like, really, with a lot of manhood, it has been taken from the communities, because a lot of men do move like shrimps out here. You know what I'm saying? They move like weenies. They lie to women. They hide things from women. They do a lot of catty type shit that women, because they were raised by women to be sneaky type deal. So a lot of men, they don't exude a lot of manliness. But it is funny, whenever they see a real man, they run away from him, or they find crazy expectations. You make 50,000, I make 150. That won't work. But he exudes everything of manliness. He just doesn't have the money requirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up shit like that in our communities that hold us back, to be honest with you. Like I said, down to me, I feel like it's so crazy how it's so many single women. And as you see the numbers, it's not enough men out here in America, but it's so many single women, and they say that men are not up to their standards. You know what I'm saying? There's so many single women and it makes me think, like, so no man is like, they think that no man is worth or there's no man on this earth that lives up to your expectations. Like, if that doesn't sound like crazy, I don't know what does. Like, out of all the people on this earth, you're basically saying that, and this is how I look at it, it's implied, you think you better than us. That's how I look at it, man. They really, really, really think they are better than men, like, collectively. And that's the problem. Like, women really think they're better than men out here. And that's really why you see so many failed relationships, single motherhood, buy a dog. You see that shit all the time, because I'm a PhD ass bitches. All they got is their degree and they got a check, but they got no ring. They get in a car crash. They can't call nobody with their mother and father if they lucky enough to have them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying they just have nobody, no emergency contact. You know, assholes. That's what I call them. They ain't got no emergency contact. Like, if it ain't your mom and daddy, shit, it's the cat, nigga. So it just so it's illogical to me to think, like, how can all these black women say that I ain't gonna say there's no good black men, but how can they with a straight honest face, how can they honestly say that there's no good black men in our like how can they honestly say that there's no good black men out here? That to me is ridiculous. You know, really, you're just not humble. Like, a lot of our women are not humble. They had these high exorbitant standards that, you know, that they really don't live up to themselves. You know, like, what is the person getting? Like, other than, you know, other than you, what are they getting? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of woman are you? What kind of person are you? Men, like I said, women have most requirements, and I'm not knocking that. You know, I'm not knocking that at all. You know, women hate the S words. That women hate settling. That's fact. They hate feeling like they settled. But at the same time, it's like they don't understand, like, they're not settling. That's the thing they don't understand. Like, they are not settling. Like there's nothing. Basically, if you can do it on your own, a lot of women can. They will do it on their own, so they feel like they're settling. So women like that, I mean, if you feel like you don't need a man, like if a man is just about what, like a wallet or a money dollar amount, you really don't need no man anyway. You know, live your life. But settling, to me, I feel like men bring things bigger than just money. You know, things bigger than just checks. You know, we provide family, security. You know what I'm saying? An ear to listen to. You know, a strong hand. You know, a strong person to have your back. You know, have a house, someone that can pick up the slack. You know what I'm saying? And really lead you and help you to be more or less impulsive or less irrational in behavior, you know, more emotional. So I mean, it's qualities, way more qualities than just money and what a billfold brings to the household. You know what I'm saying? He's a leader to his family, a leader to his community. So he just, I mean, a good man is just a voice of reason. He's not just money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's been, you know, basically narrowed down to in our community. It's money, height, and really that's it. You know what I'm saying? Money, height, status. Like, your status, like, that's a lot of shit that brings the women nowadays instead of like a quality man. So there was a lot to break down in that video, man. And basically I just see it, like I said, daily, man. I see this shit daily. You see it all the time. You know, girls started dating women. They turn to women, and in my opinion, I'm like, so you're trying to tell me when you hear them talking shit about, you know, they have failed relationships with men over and over, and you just hear them like they talk shit about men, or they be like, oh, there's no real men, or this, that, and the third, and then they go date women. So it's like, so you're telling me there was no good men out here? To me, it's just what's the word? Like, it's just ironic to me. Like, like the irony of it, like when you say there's no good men, that's implying like you're better than them. Like that no man on this green earth lives up to your standard. And you see it all the time with women. Like, to me, I feel like it's a defense mechanism. Like, because they know they don't offer much. Like, they don't offer shit that most men value. You know what I'm saying? And most men, they use them up, you know, squeeze them like fresh squeezed orange juice. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel that way. I feel like it's really a defense mechanism for single women out here to make themselves feel better in the group. That's why they group up, pile up, go down on men, talk about the situations, find the stereotypes of the most deplorable men to talk about. And that's what they do. You know, they just have a carousel and just talk shit. You know what I'm saying? They rally up and just talk shit about men. You know what I'm saying? And basically feed each other's feed the basically the stereotypes and the things that the preconceived notions they already have in their head about black men. And it's, you know what I'm saying? Most black women will fear being around a strong black man. Basically, because it's so many things that black man is going to change in your life. It's so many things that he's going to make you be accountable for. It's so many things that he's going to hold you accountable for, and just not take the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be iron sharpening iron. You know what I'm saying? And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? And women do not want to face themselves. A lot of women do not want to face the reality of life. They'd rather make excuses, you know, throw men under the bus, but that doesn't change your situation. You're still single. You're still childless in your 30s. You know, you still have no one that, you know, other than your girlfriends that really give a fuck about you. And wait till they get a man, they're gonna be out of there. So, yeah, man, it's just It's some funny shit, man. It's Steve Harvey over there trying to throw us young niggas under the bus, man. That shit whack as hell, trying to get some buns and shit. That shit funny as shit. Talking about they failed us. Nah, yeah, I mean, it may be true. But hey, them bitches don't want, none of these young bitches want y'all old niggas like that. They want y'all money, man. The thing is, they just trying to shit on your younger generation of men and trying to, you know, make it seem like it's something that is not. But in reality, they don't respect us. That's what it is. They're not humble. The reason that until they do, the situation will be the same. Our community, our women are not humble. They're not humble. They see that they don't really see the usefulness of a black man. They see the money on dollar signs over everything. That's the first thing that they judge a relationship and a man off of, is how much money he has. So our status or clout or job or whatever. That's the first thing, and how you dress too. So that's also something like however you become. That's something that a lot of women judge men by your appearance. So it's a lot of shadow things, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that really don't hold a lot of weight that we're judged by. So yeah, man, that's about it, man. Basically, it's this in my opinion, when women humble themselves, when our women humble themselves, when they figure out that men are more than just basically like not a requirement, when they start looking at us like a necessity and look at us more as a requirement, because I mean, that's how I feel we are. You know, we're meant to be together. Like people are meant to meet each other, basically. So that's how I look at it as. But it's yeah, man. Let me know what you think, man. Like, share, subscribe. I really feel like we just got to come together as people and really just stop. Like, basically, we got to figure out where this status and this requirements came from in which we choose mates. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really messed up on both sides. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the women, like you said, and Kevin Samuels, you said the men aren't gonna settle for out of shape, you know, loud, cantankerous women. You know what I'm saying? That's combative and shit like that, which is very true. And the women aren't. I mean, their requirements are basically money, materialism, and your appearance. You know, same shit. You know, we both jockeying for that position of, you know, what the other side will not take. But I just feel like, yeah, this is gonna continue. Black women aren't humble. They aren't humble. They don't think they need us. Like I said, they think they're better than us. Somehow there can be so many single women and they feel like there's no good men, or that men are, you know, like I said, the dating pool is dried up. It's no good men. So that's kind of just crazy in itself. Like, so you think that you're one person and you think you are better, or your requirements are, you're too good. You feel like you're too good for all the men in your city. Or you maybe just ain't put yourself out there, but that's how I get it. When women go around talking shit about a whole bunch of men, like, so you think your individual self, they can't live up to what you require. No humility, man. So yeah, man, let me know what you think, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. I appreciate you listening, man. Get the cash steps right there, man. Hey, if you want to goddamn share a little something, I appreciate it. If you feel inclined, man, y'all have a good one, man. I appreciate you listening, man.